Okay, I'm posting a video. I had posted a couple days ago the Black People Meet website and how that's how I met my husband. And so I had somebody like call me and ask me questions about it, and I was like, oh my God. So I just want to give like a little bit of information. If it's your first time online dating, give you a little tea so you not like, deer in the headlights, not knowing what's happening and letting these men run game. Because I'm 49, I'll be 50 in February. And so I would be talking to men in their 40s, 50s, and the level of play is ridiculous. Like, you couldn't even imagine that men are playing on the phone at this age, but it's literally like we all 20 and 30 again, or at least 20. Like, playing on the phone is a serious thing. So but if you have the courage to get online, there are decent men out there. There are a lot of good men out there, because that's just where you meet people. And men are a lot more confident online than they would be coming up to you at the gas station, at the grocery store. And I know it feels like meeting a complete stranger, but it's a lot of people online. That's where the men are, because if you think you can't meet any men, you get online, it's raining men. Like, they are everywhere. Everything, just everywhere. So get online, enjoy yourself, meet somebody, and just figure out what is it you want. If you're looking for a husband, or if you're looking for a companion, partner, boyfriend, whatever, just be clear on what it is that you want. And what I would say is, when you first get online, try to put up some nice pictures, something recent. Be who you are, because you want people to be who they are. And men can decipher if you got a lot of filters and you look like a whole different person online or in person. Like, let's be truthful with who we are, first of all, because truth gonna attract truth, and deceit is gonna attract deceit. So be cautious. Say a little bit, not too much. I wouldn't necessarily say I'm new to it. You can, I don't know, but put up some decent pictures, put up a paragraph, and let it hit the internet and see what happened. Like I say, it's a lot of good men out there. I came across a lot of good men. They weren't for me, but they were good men. The ones that are not, you can kind of tell, what it is from the beginning. Like I say, dating is essentially believe nothing they say, only what they do. If they not a man of action, then they not, they not on it. They just playing. If they don't keep their word, they just playing. And most of them are just playing. Most of them are. I'm just gonna say that, but there are good men out there, and you just kind of got to decipher through the ones that's playing, the ones that's not. So I would say, put your pictures up there, put your profile up there, let it sit. You're gonna get action right away, most likely, because it's probably more men than women online, because women are shy and kind of afraid. So it's when you knew, they're gonna immediately see your profile. And a lot of the sites like Match and Black People Meet, if your profile is, they're gonna put you up first, because they want people to be interested in dating online. I would put my profile up there. I would sit and wait a little while. Don't jump to the first ones, because usually those are the internet serial daters, and they online essentially all day, like it's Facebook. They looking, they trying to figure it out. Usually they're playing, because they just on there literally like it's Facebook, because some of them do have options that you can see if the person is online or not. So I would just kind of wait, because give it a few days. Like, you can entertain on people, but you don't know. Usually the very, very thirsty ones are on there, like instantly. Because I've dated off and on after I got divorced for about 5 years, I guess, 4 or 5 years. And on the time that I was dating and on the site, it was like 2 or 3 different sites, off and on. I would say 65 to 75% of the men were always on there, like serial daters, or just always had a profile up. So I would date for a little while. I would get off. I would get back on, because I couldn't even stomach it for more than a couple months at a time. I would at least try to give it 3 months, because you don't know where people are in their life. You just got to give it time. It's not going to be an instant thing. But put your profile up. look through the profiles, look through the pictures, look at what they're saying, see if they got recent pictures, and just kind of take them there. They'll message you, you can message them back. Don't entertain anybody that you do not like. Don't entertain anybody just for play, because you have to think about how hard is it going to be to get rid of this person. And they are relentless, like relentless. Especially if you kind of a nice looking woman, got something going for yourself, they're going to be relentless. Because I can say in Chicago, there is a better market of women than a lot of different areas, because say if you're in a small town, it's not that many people, but here it's like a lot of professional women, a lot of educated women, a lot of women that just, have access to good hair care, nails, all of that. In different small markets, they don't. So the quality of woman, how she looks, how she carries herself may not be the same. I've had a lot of guys reach out from across the states, and I'm not interested in long distance dating. My profession does not allow me to move, so I cannot move it. That didn't interest me. And I would also be cautious, because you don't want to get an internet friend where they consume all your time online, and they get all the affection and attention, whatever, and they never have to take you out. So be cautious of long distance dating, because it's just a lot of work, and a lot of men are not even willing to do the work that it takes to date somebody 40 minutes away, let alone hours and hours, or a plane ride, or long car ride, or right? So be cautious, because like I said, their markets are different than the market in Chicago. And be aware that men are dating, and they're dating more than one person. So don't get so caught up in the first person that you meet, because I have had girlfriends and we have similar profiles, and they all in the inboxes. So don't take it personal. It is what it is. But if somebody is genuine, it'll come across. And then if you start dating, you pretty much, you need to shut down that profile, because if you're dating seriously, I should say. So put your pictures up, be cautious. If you meet somebody, meet them in a public place, somewhere you're comfortable, during decent hours. I would say even when you online, get offline by 10:30. Anything that happens after that, it's going to be different. So don't be on there at 11, 12 o'clock at night, because you're going to have a different group of men saying different things at that time of night, because they think that's what you want. So be cautious. And I would say, like I say, be yourself. Don't jump for the first, few whatever, and listen to what they're saying. Let them talk. Listen to what they're saying, and keep your boundaries now. It's easier to keep a boundary now than it is to try to establish a boundary later, because you got to teach men how to treat you. And so if you don't want people calling you, or thinking about you at 9 o'clock at night, at 10 o'clock at night, then when you first start talking to them, don't answer the phone after a certain time. Whatever your cutoff time is, don't answer the phone. That will teach him to treat, to call you at a decent time, because you had all these hours in the day, and now late at night you want to think you're going to call me. No, that's not going to work. You're going to have to figure out something better. Like I say, it's easier to set your boundaries in the beginning than afterwards, because once you let them slide, because they training you on how they going to treat you. So if they calling you late, they going to be calling you late. If they not prioritizing you, they're not going to. If you don't set a standard, they going to do what they want to do. That's just what it is. Like I say, believe what they do, not what they say. Talk to them, hear them out. I would take a little bit of time to educate myself on some of these toxic behaviors, especially narcissism, gaslighting, passive aggression, withholding affection, all that just toxic nonsense that you don't want any parts of. If you see a flicker, it is what it is. If you see some nonsense, it is what it is. Like I say, it's plenty men out there, and I only needed one. That's it. So I ain't got to put up with this nonsense over here. Don't deal with nobody who married, separated. I don't care if they going to court tomorrow. Do not do it. Because they still somebody's husband, and you don't want that juju in your life. If they cannot talk to you at a regular time, so they only calling you when they at work, and during the day, and then they text in the evening, they married or they living with somebody. And there is a great number of men that are online. I know somebody right now who separated from their husband, and her husband is fully online dating in the house. She upstairs, he downstairs, some craziness. So believe you me, it's people out there playing games. You know, men move on quickly, and they will move on and be living their life, and you don't want any parts of that. You want everybody to be free and clear. Do not mess with any man that cannot talk after a certain time, and if he does not keep his word early on, let it go. Do not go forward, because it's more where that came from. That's what you have to kind of have in your mind, that it's always more where it came from. If he can't keep his word now in the early phases of dating, girl, it's gonna only get worse. Like if he say, I'm gonna call you at so and so time, and he don't call, I wouldn't mess with him. It's just more where they came from. Unless you just feel like entertaining a clown for a while, or you're entertaining somebody, hey, have at it, but know what it is, because men are their word, and if they can't keep their word, I mean, what is it? We just gonna play games? We in our 40s, 50s, and 60s? Come on. If you catch them in a lie, if they're lying about something, then they're probably a liar. If they're lying on their profile about something major, you know, height, weight, age, something, you know, then they probably are a liar or uncomfortable with who they are. And, you know, you find that, and you don't want to get involved with somebody who's not just 100. I mean, we kind of too old for that at this point. You know, I would just say, you know, have a good time. You know, but be cautious. There are a lot of men who are married. They internet date for fun, for entertainment, for attention, whatever it is, and they think it's harmless, but it's not. Because I would hate to, you know, for somebody's man to be on there, and that has happened before, and I had to tell, like, hey, I found so and so, you know, she might be mad at me, but we need to protect each other and expose these men if they out here doing dirt. And it's a lot of good men out there, and by this time, most men have relationships with God, some form of relationship with God, because life is just too intense to not have a relationship with God. Like, you know, it's just not. If you go out on a date, let somebody know where you are, who you're with, their picture, their phone number. Let the people that you're talking to, dating, know that you have a whole village behind you, and that you are not just out here desperate, you know. No. There are people that if you do something to me, they coming for you. They have your license plate, everything. I probably wouldn't go on more than 1 or 2 days before I got a driver's license. I need to know your real name, your real address, because that's just what it is. And and real men will produce it. Men that's on stuff will be hesitant, but you can kind of tell if they own stuff. You know, if they story changing, and they you know, kind of rickety, then they might be married, living with somebody, got a girlfriend. They might be on a break. You know, you don't need no parts of that. Like I say, if they can't talk to you at just random times during the day, and if they only want to talk on the app, they with somebody, or they just playing around, you know, whatever it is. And men like to play, and they like a new person to play with, because once a woman finds out that you're not on nothing, she don't see you the same. And everybody wants to be seen as, oh my God, he's so sweet, or oh my God, he's so this, or he's so that. And then once those glasses come off, then it's like, yeah, I see what it is. And then they like, man, they got to find somebody new, because they want that feeling, but don't want to put in the work. So I would just say, get online. It's a lot of men. Don't be afraid like it's serial killers, because I have had worse experiences out of the men that I dated. The ones that I knew from my past or history, I already knew, were worse than the ones that I met online, because they just played more games. So I would definitely, you know, and you're probably gonna have friends in common, because Chicago is a small place, a small world. You know, it's not as big as you think it is, but it's a lot of men out there that want relationships and wants a partner, and just, you know, go for it, and figure out, and dating helps you see what you want, what you like, and what you're interested in, what you may be attracted to, especially if it's been years since you've dated. I mean, I was married for 15 years before I got divorced, and I hadn't dated a lot previous to that, so I was new to the game. I was like, oh wow, this is interesting. But I had some good girlfriends that kind of told me what it was, and helped guide me along the way. And I learned, and I was able to, when I finally was able to speak on what I wanted and be truthful to myself, and I wasn't accepting anything less. That's when I met my husband, and I had surrendered. I said, you know what, maybe the man that God has for me is not ready, and that's okay. And I'm gonna go sit down and I'm gonna date myself, because nobody's done it better. So I'm gonna date myself, and I'm gonna just have a good time, and I'm gonna let that go. And once I did that, I literally met my husband in 2 weeks, because I remember dating and guys was just playing, and I said to myself, girl, wherever your husband is on this earth, one thing that I do know is that he wants me every single day of his life. This is not it. I'm gonna go sit down. And when I came to that place where I finally surrendered, that's when I met my husband, because I wasn't in a hurry. I was dealing with my family, my kids, and I just like, hey, it is what it is. And just like I said, maybe he's not ready. And at the time, God was moving his life and moving where he was and moving things in his life. So I mean, it is what it is. But I don't necessarily regret my dating experience, because it was an experience, and it'll let you know what's out there, what the market will bear. And I had a lot of fun times, and I have a lot of hilarious stories. I mean, goodness gracious me, it was interesting. It was a lot of fun. So if you're thinking about dating, I will get on some of the more reputable dating sites. Some of them are kind of hookups, but I think Black People Meet was a good place. Match.com was good too. But man, get out there and have some fun and go on some dates, and go find you a cute shirt and put some makeup on, and go out here, and man, you will, at the very minimum, you will laugh and just have a good time. It's always nice to just talk to somebody new, different, their perspectives, and go different places and do different things, and man, have a good time. And but at the end of every day, you got to learn that if you're looking for like a husband, don't chase men, because if you chase them in the beginning, you're going to always have to chase them. And real men are hunters. Real men are they're going to reach out to you. If they own this, whole thing, especially at our age, if they own this whole, the phone work both ways, no, it worked the way you work it. You do need to show interest, and I know some men, get that kind of thing where women aren't showing interest, but if they try to put some of the hunting on you, then they just kind of, whatever. It's not going to get better. And that's just what it is. It's not going to get better. If he can't pursue in the beginning, then he's not going to pursue later on. And if you're looking for a husband, you're going to need a husband that pursues you daily, because that's what marriage requires. Dating doesn't require as much, You can see how you like it. You probably gonna get tired of it, because they just, man, they gonna run in circles and just not know where they are. And usually men aren't ready to solidify things with women until they are solid themselves. So you have to just kind of sit back and recognize, okay, where is he in life? How does this, how do I fit, or whatever. But like I say, get out there, be safe, have a good time. Let somebody know where you are, who you with, and let them know that, hey, you are accounted for. If it don't feel right, don't do it. Your intuition is all you need. You don't need proof. You don't need nobody to tell you. If you feel like it's wrong, and that's enough. If you feel like he owns some nonsense, or he this, you're probably right. And don't let them gaslight you into making you think something else. If he says, oh, I'm still married, oh, okay, well then, like I say, good luck on your journey, because that's not part of my life. So anybody who's interested, man, good luck to you. There's good men out there. I pray that you find somebody, or that your husband finds you, you meet, you have a good time. Man, I'm living a good life, and I could not have imagined my life being as well as it is. And I'm so grateful that I didn't let bad experiences keep me from the one that was meant for me. So this is a little tea from Tasha. I hope you enjoyed it. Enjoy. Be safe.